Hey guys, welcome to Envision Prototypes. I'm Nick. Today we're working on the back end of the 70 Camaro, specifically the trunk lid and its fitment to the rear quarters. Now, I mentioned before that somebody had replaced these quarters in this rear pan here just in front of the trunk lid that the hinge is attached to. And when they put it all together, the alignment is it's really bad. The hinges, the way they're attached, they're in the wrong spot, and well, it's creating an issue with the trunk lid being too low with respect to the quarter panel here, as well as the other side. And then the other thing we have to correct is the gap from the top to the bottom of the trunk lid. It's about 5/16 up here, it goes down about a quarter there, and it's about half an inch all the way down on that side. So we're gonna have to massage and move things around to kind of correct that without taking the quarters off. Now there's something I'm gonna do today that might shock some of you guys. And we're gonna try it first, and if it works, great. If not, well, we'll end up cutting these hinges out. And whoever welded these hinges in, they didn't spot weld them in as per the way the factory would do it. They welded them all the way around inside and out, so I don't know how they got inside to weld them, but they're welded in solid. Then they bonded over top of all that. And well, I didn't really want to get into cutting that out because it's going to get deeper and deeper into the back end here. So let me open the trunk and I'll show you what we're about to do. Okay, so I positioned the 12-ton jack just underneath the hinge area here. I blocked the floor up so we don't cave down through the floor. We don't want to damage anything we don't need to. I've got blocking up underneath the hinge area so we're not pushing on a concentrated area. And I'm going to start jacking up this trunk area here, this hinge area I should say. Now I hear things moving around. It's not bad. I'm going to close the trunk. I'm going to do this multiple times and just take our time and climb up to where we need to be. Now, I had a straight edge here. If you look at that, just a couple pumps and we are where we need to be. So I know this is going to spring back when we release the jack, so I'm going to go up a little bit higher, and then when we drop it down, it should be where it needs to be. Nothing feels like it's binding yet. I hear things moving, but kind of expected. All right, that's not too bad there. Now, we've got an issue along here where the curvature of this quarter panel doesn't match up with the trunk. Now, it could be the trunk edge or it could be the quarter. So I'm gonna get a straight edge, put along this edge here. And if it's trunk edge, we might bump it up a little bit and have it meet up with the quarter a little bit better. If it's a quarter, we'll have to take and tap the quarter down, and that'll also help with the gap in this area. So the trunk lid itself does have a bit of a dip. I'm going to take and bring the edge up a little bit. It might be a compromise between the two. If you're looking through here, you can see the edge is kind of wavy. So I'm going to bump it up. Let's close it again. It's not too bad. It's pretty flush. Let's get a little straight edge here, and we are dead on. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Next step is I'm going to take and move this feature inward a bit. We're still jacked up, so when the jack comes down, the trunk lid will probably come down just a tad bit, and then this quarter panel will be still high. So by me tapping down this edge, I'm doing two things. I'm moving it inward and I'm moving it downward. And because I'm tapping at an angle like this, that's what's moving it inward. That's helping that gap a lot. That's looking good. Okay. Let's open the trunk again. Now we're going to tap. Getting much better. Good. Okay, it's looking a lot better now. Let's switch sides with the jack, put it over there, block everything up, and see if we can rectify that issue over there. This is going to spring back. Let's see. The jack. Block up the side here. Let me check the passenger side and see how it looks. Right on. So that little trick with the jack to bring up that hinge area worked perfectly. Okay, so let's do that side now that we know this side works. I lost my screwdriver, guys. And you're going to start picking this up nice and easy. Just watching what's happening. You will hear snaps and pops from time to time. It's almost flush. Almost there, guys. Okay, we're gonna go up a little bit more, nice and easy. I don't know what would ever possess somebody to weld hinges in to that degree. On the outside here, it's all welded in and bonded, and up underneath here. Like, it's just overkill. Okay, see, we don't want to disturb the window seal either. So that's why I'm just focusing the jack on this lower area here, pushing it up like this. We will test the window afterwards. Let me get my screwdriver. Okay. Okay, look at that. We are a little bit high. I'm going to go up a bit more, and then I'm going to release the jack, and then it should settle down into the right spot. Now, you can see this space here. I'm bumping in, and I'm not too bad at the bottom. This lip of the trunk's been bent down, so I'm going to have to bring that up and make it even with that quarter panel. Let's bring that up a bit more. That's good. All right, now let's adjust the edge of the trunk skin there, level that out, and bring it in line with the quarter panel. We actually have a bit of a crown now. So when we close the trunk, I'll flush them up. And if we have to bring it down, we'll bring it down nice and even with the quarter panel. A little bit high at the top. At the bottom here, the last couple inches, I got to bring that up again. Nice. Okay, so with this braced, we're going to take and move this quarter panel inward towards the trunk lid. closing that gap in just a little bit at a time. We can't go too far because we don't want to create any issues here in the bodywork. But we can bring that in just a bit more and that'll even things out. When these quarters were installed, they should have been tweaked a little bit in here. It's feeling good there, and that's a lot better. The close is nice. The gaps are feeling really good. I'm going to actually bring up this edge just a bit more. Okay, really good. I have to make some adjustments on this spoiler here, but for now, all I'm focusing on is the trunk. This is a bit high, but when I release that jack, that should settle down. So let's do that now. See that fall down? That's a good thing. Okay, that's loose. Let's close the trunk. Wonderful. Okay, there we go. So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we are exactly where it needs to be. So, we can get the rear window, get that in place. I have this panel here. You can see, I'm going to clean it up a little bit better. I'm just going to set this in temporarily, just to show you guys how things are looking here. That's fitting not too bad there. Flush it up with the trunk, and that's all looking good there. So okay, I'm gonna get the DA out and start working these edges, make sure that there's no weird dips going on anywhere, metal finish that, and then we can go on to other areas of the car.